Hello, Pisces. It is time for your May reading. We're going to start out with an oracle card to see what kind of energy you're going to be working with here in May. Let's see what we have for you. Luminous Warrior. This feels like you are going to bat for yourself or for others or your community. This might be the time when you want to make your voice known, where you want to stand up and be seen. Let your light shine. Be the power in this situation. You don't want to sit idly by the side at the sidelines. You want to speak up. You want people to know what your opinion is here. Whatever this situation is, you need to say something. You need to be the one who sheds light on this situation and tell people how you see it, how you view it. So don't be afraid to step forward and be that light warrior, that luminous warrior. And this may be in a situation you never thought you would say something or do something, but you are compelled to almost to step forward, to speak out, to be the voice. Okay, let's see what tarot cards we have for you. Temperance, the Seven of Horns, Breach, the Seven of Arrows, the Five of Roots with Scarcity, and the Eight of Roots with Discipline. So you're standing up for somebody for sure, or some situation. And you may have a solution for it, but you need to be heard. And you need to be willing to put yourself out there with your idea. This is going to take work on everybody's part, though, but you may have the solution that is needed. All right, let's go into each individual card. First off, we have Temperance. This is a major arcana card. This is a card indicating a need for balance, for temperance. You don't want to be going to extremes one way or the other. The way to solve this situation is not to get into extreme ends of an argument or a situation. The goal is to bring people together to solve the problem, not to divide. So you need to be, in a way, the voice of reason, or the voice that just says, we just need to fix this problem. We need to work together to do this. Regardless of how we feel or what our different disparate beliefs might be, we can come together on this particular matter or for this particular situation to work together to make something better. You're the light warrior here, the luminous warrior, shedding light on this situation and maybe even helping heal some things in order to fix a specific situation. That can vary for everybody, but you need to be almost the voice of reason, or at least the bridge. You need to be the bridge between the two sides in order to get a solution in place for something to actually happen instead of just arguing about what's going on. Temperance, being that, yeah, you're bringing it into balance. You're bringing the two sides together is what I'm getting strongly from this. Intertwining things, but so that everybody feels like they're involved equally and have equal stake in the outcome. And then we have the Seven of Cups, or the Seven of Horns here, which they have labeled as breach. Now, traditionally, the Seven of Cups is indicating that you have a lot of options. There's a lot of different ways that you could solve this, that this could be fixed. But you have to narrow it down to just one or two. So there's going to be a need to work with everybody to figure out, okay, what are just one or two solutions, realistic, that we could do in the time and with the resources we have to make this happen. Lean in a bit too with your intuition on what you think the best options are. Maybe you narrow it down from 7 things to 2 or 3, and you bring those forward. Leverage your intuition onto that, to which ones you think they most approve of or might be more likely to be accepted. With this particular deck, they label this as the breach card. And the point of that is that the beavers are sleeping up here and they're not paying attention to the leaks, to what's going on underneath. There's a lack of awareness of where the problem is, or that even there is a problem. So you may need to bring that information forward. You may need to point out the leaks, the problem points, the things that need to be fixed before the whole thing disintegrates and falls apart and cannot be fixed. So you could need to come at it from both those standpoints, or one or the other, what may resonate with you. And then we're going into another 7 with the guile card. Be aware that not everybody is going to agree. And you need to find as much common ground as you can. And if there are some people who just cannot participate in finding that common ground, then they may need to be excluded from the process, and don't feel guilty about that. You will still need people from both sides or all sides of the issue. So find some alternates. You may need some alternates available, but there is this guile there where somebody may be coming in just to undermine it, or they're just going to start nitpicking and pushing the buttons of other people to try and prevent this from being fixed, because if it's fixed, then they can't argue about it. So some people don't always want it to be fixed because they want it to remain a source of tension or a point of contention, to leverage that to get people to react in certain ways. This is going to keep you on your toes a bit. But you need to stay focused on the goal and not get distracted by everybody else's opinions and ideas. You need to bring forward a couple different solutions, maybe gather a bunch of solutions. Maybe there's 7 total solutions that you gather from all sides, or a commonality. You may find the common thread in it. But there's still going to be a few people who may try to bring it down or stop it or prevent it from happening. So pay attention to that, or tap into the ones that you trust from each side to keep them on it, and keep communication open. You want communication flowing openly and freely. You don't want people being shut down or ideas being shut down or decisions being canceled, checks being canceled, etc. Now, there may still be a funding problem. We have the 5 of Roots, which is the equivalent to the 5 of Pentacles. Scarcity. So there could be an issue, or this could be related to a community in housing, or a community in food, or work avenues for people to work. There's just a lack of resources available. There is a lack of food. There is a lack of housing. There is a lack of something that prevents, or at least people feel, that's it. People feel like there's a scarcity out there. It could be that that's just an illusion. People just may not know where to ask for help, and maybe the solution you need to come up with is a list of options for people to go to, or a directory, or a call tree, or something. But the people that need the help need to be as invested in finding a solution as you are in helping. Because if they're perceiving scarcity and they get locked into this idea of scarcity, they could fall into the trap of self-pity and lack of motivation. And it doesn't matter what you do or how much you try to help. That's what they're used to, so that's where they're going to stay. So one, it's possible that there could be a lack of funding for whatever this is, or a lack of resources or a way to get those resources. There could also just be a lack of participation. You may end up finding out that the situation is not as bad as it appeared, because this is what this group of people is used to, and that's what they're happy with. They don't really want help because this is the life, this is how they want to live. That can be hard to hear. and to understand. But that does not need to stop you from coming up with a solution to the problem, because there will be people willing to accept the help. And that may need to be part of your program, is that they need to be willing to accept the help. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck and have the most impact. So again, use your intuition there. If this is part of a program you need to come up with, or how, whatever this actually is for you, just be aware that not everybody is going to be willing to be helped. And don't be hurt when they're not. Just move on to the next person until you find the ones that are. The ones that are willing to accept the light. And then we have the Eight of Roots, which is a card, it says discipline on there, but this is where you are perfecting things. You're figuring out what works. You're not reevaluating. You are shifting things. You are reprogramming things, optimizing things, finding your customers, finding the people that you want to help, the group you want to help, the area you want to help in, refining it, perfecting it, and making it a well-run thing, making it an example of people from disparate areas with different beliefs coming together to build something beautiful for the community, for work, for a neighborhood. That in spite of all their differences, you're able to come together to build something that can last for a very long time and helps a lot of people. And you could be the spark that helps that happen and makes it happen. Bottom line is, you want to make sure you're part of this process, because you're going to be the guiding light, if you will, of it at a minimum. Okay, let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. That is a lot of stuff to take on in May. But again, this could be related to work. It could be something going on in your home or your family. It is not necessarily a broader community or social issue. And then we have the Justice card on the bottom of the deck. Things being brought into balance. Justice being served. Karma getting balanced out. Because you spoke out, because you pushed for a real solution, because you were able to unite or look past the differences and find the similarities instead, you're able to bring balance to the situation, agreement to this situation. You're able to remove the contention and the stress. And again, show everybody how to make it happen. And that, Pisces, is what I have for you for May. That feels a little heavy, but also very hopeful. And very there's a big, huge sense of satisfaction, accomplishment. It's a huge accomplishment. An example for others to how to make this happen. All right. That again is what I have for you, Pisces, for May. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.